You have found your hero creative. The concept is proven, but we know what's coming. In 2 to 3 weeks, it will start to fatigue. We need fresh text variations ready to deploy before performance drops, so we reach out to our creative team. A week is the minimum for research, mockups, feedback, and production. That's the problem when we are racing against creative fatigue. A week is too slow. By the time the variations are ready, our hero creative could already be declining. Traditionally, getting 40 variations takes about a week. We spend hours in ad libraries like metacombing through competitor content, analyzing what text blocks are working, fonts, colors, sizes, preparing detailed analysis, and cutting and pasting everything into one document. Then we go back to the creative team with this document, hoping to get variations of the same video ad but with differences. Different fonts, different sizes, newer styles, mockups, feedback prompts, and revisions. And time keeps moving. Days pass. In the end, it's the same process, but we want to test and iterate with lots of data to see which top text converts best. There's a lot of work and a lot of time involved. By the time we are done, our hero creative might have already started declining. But what if we could create 100 different top texts, each styled differently, each ready to test in 30 minutes instead of 2 weeks? With UAGenius, we can. Let's see how. We start with our hero creative, the one that's currently our top performer. Click on Create Variations. We will save it in a new folder called Next Top Texts. We will define the video structure including the hook, body, and end card. Everything else stays the same. The hook, gameplay, and end card remain unchanged. Only the top text overlay will be different. Let's click on Text. This is where UAGenius removes the manual research bottleneck. Instead of spending hours in ad libraries, UAGenius has already researched and curated text variations specifically for our game. We will start with direct competitors. These are the texts UAGenius has analyzed from our direct competitors and curated for us. We can sort this by impressions to see which texts are getting the most volume. Let's select 25 from the top performers here. Now let's look at indirect competitors. These are adjacent games to our game genre, already researched and curated by UAGenius. These are already sorted by impressions, so we will select 20 more here. Next, we have top trending. These are texts from top performing games right now in our genre. We will select 20 from here. And next, top grossing. These are the texts from the highest revenue games in our genre. We'll select another 25 from here. Finally, we have our own text variations. These have been uploaded based on past winners. Let's select 10 from this group. That gives us 100 different top texts selected with just a few clicks. All are researched, curated, and sorted by performance data. But here's what makes this even more powerful. UAGenius doesn't just save the text. It saves all the style information, fonts, colors, background colors, positioning, everything. So we're not just benefiting from research on which message works here, we're also benefiting from in-depth research on how it's formatted, how it's styled, and what makes it stand out visually. There's no need for an ad library, no spreadsheets, no cutting and pasting into docs, and no guessing on fonts and colors. We have proven text, with proven styling, ready to test. Now let's click on Confirm. This is where we can add our own creative hypothesis to the test. We've noticed that multicolored text is performing well in our own research, especially when individual words are highlighted in different colors to draw attention. For a few of the texts, we want to test this styling approach. Let's open the text editor for one of the text variations. Now, let's change the font to something better. This looks good. And let's change the positioning so that it doesn't cover other elements. Let's change the background color to something that really matches the video. Maybe we can reduce the opacity to 60. That looks better. Now let's try changing the color of one of the words to green. Yes, that looks better. Maybe we can try red or maybe yellow. That works best. Here's what's powerful. All these edits are as simple as using any normal text editor. We can change fonts, adjust colors, move things around, and still get a production-ready video ad in minutes, not hours. We can do this for each variation, customizing fonts, colors, and sizing exactly how we want. Each one takes less than a minute to style. Let's preview the complete video to see how it looks. And that is exactly how the ad will look when it goes live. Let's save that. We can do this with all the variations and create different text versions with different text hooks. Now let's go with all 100 variations and generate them. Within minutes, we have 100 test-ready variations, each with a different top text and each styled for impact. No waiting, no back and forth revisions, just done. Let's wait for this to complete the downloads. So, once the generation is complete, we can see a View button here and all of the 100 variations are sitting in Drive, ready to download and use. Click on View to see all the variations now. Now let's select all of them and click on Download. And that's how one hero creative becomes 100 test-ready variations, ready to deploy the same day. 30 minutes later, you have delivered 100 variations, ready to upload and test. Your team is impressed. And that's the difference. What would have taken a week, research, mockups, feedback, production, took 30 minutes. We are not waiting on the creative team. We are not blocked by production timelines. We can test 100 ideas today, not next week, but today. No more bottlenecks. No more weeks of production time. No more choosing between speed and volume. We offer fast, scalable testing so we can keep finding winners and continue scaling our campaigns. Ready to move this fast? Try UAGenius today.